Hello and welcome to My Bolt EUV. I am Jim and we're going from point A to point B. So climb in, let's go. Today we're going to have a short video about the 37,500 mile threshold. Quite frankly, there's not a whole lot to report since 30,000 miles, but here we go. We'll make it short today, guys. So we're just going to go over a few things. If you want to look at some of the top aftermarket additions that I've done for my Bolt, you can go back and look at previous videos. I've already talked about the window tinting, the dash cam, the floor mats, the screen protector, the cargo mat, floor console organizer, cabin air filter, arm console insert, OBD2 reader, and the garbage bag. But I'm going to have a new video coming out about some floor mats that I just installed in my car that were sent to me by Best EV Mod. So stay tuned for that. It'll be up here within about a week. Okay, let's look at the expenses through 37,500 miles. This is all of my maintenance costs and all of my charging costs through the entire 37,500 miles. They're actual. They're everything. The Bolt EUV operating costs are still 42% of the operating cost of a comparable ICE vehicle. Period. End of sentence. Case closed. Now carry on. So let's go over this line by line. This is what I have spent operating this car so far. DC fast charging, $594.24, coming out to a cost of 0.0803 cent per mile. My level 2 home charging has been $1,256.81, coming out to a cost of 0.0526 cent per mile. My maintenance costs, that's all the maintenance that I've had done to the vehicle. This excludes tires, struts, brakes, of which I've had none of that done. It also excludes any fluids that I've had put into the car, which I've had none of that done because it don't need any at this point in time. Have been $259.75, or a total cost of 0.0069 cent per mile, less than a penny per mile. Therefore, my total operating cost for this vehicle through 37,500 miles has been $2,110.80 coming out to a cost of 0.0563 cent per mile, so less than 6 cents per mile. An ICE car would have to get the equivalent of greater than 120 miles per gallon to even come close. And even then, it could not come close because you still have oil changes, which I don't have in my battery electric vehicle. Thank you. Now let's look at what an ICE vehicle would have cost for that same 16-month period and that same 37,500 miles. This is what my wife's car would have cost for that same period. Gasoline, $4,575.68, more than double what I've spent on the Bolt in that same period. Maintenance would have been $608.60, and that's based on the last two prices that she's paid for oil changes, for a total operating cost of $5,185.28. That is well more than double the cost of an EV, and if I compared this to something out in California, my goodness, it would have probably been triple the cost of what I've paid here in the state of Florida. Now, I want to talk about what I've not included in this comparison. I do not include things like tires, brakes, alignment, struts, shocks. These costs are going to be roughly the same for both vehicle types, although an ICE vehicle will burn through brakes about 3 times more often than a battery electric vehicle. The myth is that EVs eat tires, and it's just that, it's a myth. An EV that is driven normally, not aggressively, will not go through tires any faster than an ICE vehicle. Period. My car, my Bolt EUV, has more than 40% of the tread life left on the original tires after 37,500 miles. I should be able to get another 10 to 12,000 miles on these tires, and they're rated for 55,000 miles. And I do drive a lot harder in accelerating and cornering than most people in the EV category do. Only because I go up and down I-4 and I like living. And if you don't drive aggressively, you will get killed. I'm going to do a little rehash on the good and the bad. I'm not going to talk about the ugly anymore because, quite frankly, I think all ICE vehicles are ugly, but that's my opinion and I'm entitled to it. Thank you. So let's talk about the good. The good is that EVs are safer to drive, that have fewer fires than ICE vehicles and hybrid vehicles. There are fewer fatalities when they are involved in a crash, and there is less damage in a collision to an EV than there is in an ICE vehicle on average. They are absolutely more fun to drive, and the total cost of ownership through 250,000 miles is less than an ICE vehicle, including the higher cost for initial purchase and even a battery replacement. Do the math and compare yourself. You might learn something new. Don't just start poking holes in what you think are holes in my equation. Go out and do the math yourself. Use your brain and think. Let's talk about the bad. The public charging infrastructure is still lacking, but it is improving daily. There are now 51,800 DC fast charge stalls in the United States of America, and that number will double by the end of 2025. There are no aftermarket battery companies to provide replacement battery modules yet, but I predict that's going to happen as well. And Bolt specific, there are no companies focusing on replacement powertrains or batteries like they are doing for the Tesla. Just keep your eye out for that over the next few years. Just think about what's happened in the ICE vehicle aftermarket over the past 50 years or so. In the mid-1970s, you couldn't go out and buy a crate engine for a 57 Chevy like you can today. In fact, that didn't start happening until the 1980s and 90s. And just like things have taken off in the aftermarket for ICE vehicles, as more and more EVs hit the market, there will be an aftermarket there as well. And it's already taking place for the accessories. Just wait until powertrains are being replaced within the next 10 years. As I mentioned at the top of this video, I have some new floor mats that I've just recently installed in my car. They're from Best EV Mod. In summary, the mats are form-fitting, much like the 3D Max Piter mats. The mats are very easy to install. They're a great value. They're only $120 for the front and the rear set. And they are also made from cross-linked polyethylene foam. So watch for this special video. This video is coming soon. I've already filmed the installation. I'm going to do some tests with them, and then I'll finish that video up in the middle of next week and have it up by next weekend. So watch for that. It's coming real soon. Well, that wraps up this week. Please do remember to subscribe, share, comment, and like, and press the notification bell if you want to know when I've uploaded something new. Remember, treat everyone with kindness, put a smile on your face, help someone today, and pay it forward when someone does the same for you. I want to thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you again real soon, or somewhere along the route from point A to point B. Take it easy, everybody.